And good morning and welcome to Touch Base Daily. My name is Ron Foster, touching base with you as I do every day. And I'm here with my buddy in crime, Mr. Chris Edwards. I'm on the move as usual these days. Now I'm starting to get these movement roots going. And here I am in Midtown Manhattan. So what's going on, Chris?
Nothing. Good morning. How you doing today?
I'm exhausted, but I'm good. I got some good rest.
Good.
The good thing about hanging out with my buddy over in Yonkers, really Bronxville, and being able to just leave from him, get on the train, Metro North, come on down straight to Grand Central Station, which is right across the street from me, and I can just stop in here, have a Starbucks, and do the show. You got to know your location. You got to know your spots.
Yeah. Okay.
How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. It's Thursday. I got an early jump on the day, so I'm feeling good. And then as usual, the weekend is upon us and it comes so fast. I feel like it was just Saturday. And here we are getting close to being to another Saturday again.
It is. I mean, so my brothers, Neil and Tim, were like, do you think we had time for us to hang out this weekend? I said, y'all pick the day. I'll hang out with you. But I've been on the move for the last week.
Yeah. But here's the thing. This is your life now. This is the era that you are in where you're just like always moving. And here's the thing. It's actually good for you because as we get older, the more that we move, it's beneficial to us. So you're doing something right.
Yeah.
You're not being stagnant.
You have to stay active. The older you get, the more active you need to become. Because let me tell you, Adrian's in the building. He will tell you, I move up the stairs like a grandpa, and that has got to go. That has got to end. So today I did my flexes and stretches. I'm trying to do my stretch every morning. And that's what's good about being active also, because when I was in North Carolina, I was there for 3 weeks. Pretty much it's just in the room, kitchen, TV, living room, in a car, eat, no climbing, no walking. And then when I got to Puerto Rico, now it's starting to pick up walking on the beach. And I could feel it. I could feel the 3 weeks of not being active in Puerto Rico. I felt it. And now I'm back in New York.
You're preaching to the choir. I had been really inactive for the last three. The last time I was really active was the Wednesday before we left for Hawaii. I have not been out for a run or a walk since then. Well, I walked in Hawaii a lot, but not my usual. So I know that once I get started again, it's going to hurt, but it's going to be worth it.
It's hurting. But I have to tell you, this morning I feel much better. I ran down. I ran down the steps at a fast pace. Usually I'm like moving down the stairs. I always have my gear on. It's also when you get older, the way your balance, the way the world feels balance wise,
it's different.
Like you fall. And I'm like, why am I feeling like I'm gonna fall? It's the same feet, it's the same body. Why do I feel like I'm gonna fall down the steps when I run down the steps? Well, now I'm gonna start getting back into the old Ron that used to hike, climb rocks and mountains, and I plan to get some hiking in.
And there's no reason why you shouldn't be doing it.
I'm back to hiking. I'm back to cycling. I have got to get together. I was like, just because I'm 61 doesn't mean I'm going to have to be like a 70-year-old.
That's right. That's right. So let's get into some good mornings.
Some hello, some good morning. Okay. And look who's back at her golden.
Come on now.
Her golden tower is Miss Anna. She's in the building. She says, good morning, Ron and Chris and Touch Base Daily family. And look who walked in with silver today, Mr. Adrian. She says, happy Friday Eve. And I see some love between Hannah and everyone. And look who got the bronze this morning.
Come on, Lisa.
The wonderful Lisa. She says, Adrian, one day early. and now she says hello to everyone. You want to say hello first to us, Adrian. So here we all are. And if you're in the building, it says 18 people in here. There should be 18 likes in the building.
Let me hit that like button. Boom,
Likes.
done.
In the building, hit the likes. Also, I see you know what I'm going to say. Aya is in the building. She says, happy Thursday. Grand Rising, Ron. Chris and everyone, Touch Space Daily family with roses and butterflies. And so today's a good day in New York. Elise is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Elise, yesterday for sharing and being a part of the conversation. Elise always brings something to the table. Lisa says, have you taken any bike rides in New Jersey? Not yet. My bike is still in the garage and it still has a flat. I need to change the tire on my bike.
But here's the thing. You're in like the suburbs now. You have probably great biking trails and places to bike without having to navigate through the streets of Manhattan and tons of cars and cabbies that want to hit you.
Well, you'd be surprised in T-Net. People drive fast. I mean, sometimes they're supposed to be like gracefully going over the speed bumps that, you know, to keep you in line. But some of the people be spinning around the corner, driving fast, even on the residential street. So,
well, let me ask you: do you guys have bike paths and trails and stuff like that?
I haven't discovered them yet in T-Net.
Okay,
I haven't discovered. I'm sure they're there.
That's the one thing I love about Delaware. No matter where you turn, there's always a park and some type of bike trail, running or walking trail. Like I literally have one like right here. I walk out and just walk right into one.
I guess I have to find the trail. I'm sure to find it. I know by Adrian's there's a golf course, so there has to be a trail somewhere.
Yeah,
there has to be a trail, and I'm looking to clean. I need to put new tires on my bike, and so now I can do that. And I'm going to order some new tires, and I'll be able to ride. And Adrian's probably saying, "If you're ever home long enough."
You're like a teenager. You always want to be out on the streets. What time are you coming home? What time are you going to be home?
And then I send him a message and say, I'll be in tonight. Oh, tonight.
Yeah, I'm not coming home tonight. I'm going to hang out with some friends.
I'm hanging out. I'm in the city. I'm just hanging out. And so
hold on. Wait. I have to say, I was asked this question. This is questions for Adrian because I know he's in the room. Now that Ron is living with you and the fact that he's on the go all the time, like, do you worry when he doesn't come home at night?
Oh, and Adrian answers that question. Well, also while Adrian's answering that question, look who else is in the building. Oh, let me get that. Mr. Photo Ken Arts is in the building.
Welcome.
Good Thursday morning. So good to see fellow photographers and artists in the building. Kimmy Kim is in the building. She says, good morning, everyone. And Lisa says, I was about to buy one of those mini steppers. Does anyone have one? I don't know anyone with steppers. So I definitely don't have any of that stuff. However, Adrian has some nice workout stuff I need to be using. Photokin says, good Thursday morning, everyone. Gotcha, buddy. And I see more love going between all of you guys. Hey, Jazzy's in the building. Make sure you hit the likes if you're in the building. She says, good morning, beautiful people with her wonderful roses. And Lisa says, Ron, do they have a travel something for snake bites? Like a antibiotic in a I have my snake bite kit, believe it or not. But it's what it does is it's like a contraption that has like a circle, and you put it on the bite area, and you pump it, and it sucks out the venom. However, it won't suck out all of it. Yeah, so I've had it for my hiking. I've had it for years. I mean, I've been hiking for decades, and I still have it. It's still in my hiking bag, and I use it. I've never had to use it for that. I've used it for mosquitoes, but you can use it for mosquito bites also. And so Adrian says, Lisa, don't come for me unless I sent for you.
Oh, okay. Let's not go. This is not the spicy room. It's not the spicy room.
Don't get
But that
Adrian
sounds like something I
started.
would say.
Yes, that's so you, Chris. Adrian's taking a page out of Chris's notebook, so that's wonderful. And let's see who else is in the building. Lisa, okay. Lisa says, "Oh, one of my favorite restaurants just closed in Teaneck, Amanta. What's that? I don't even know about it." And Lisa also says, "Yes, Ron is brave. I would never ride a bike in the city. Oh, city bike. City bike is the way to go in New York City because I mean that's why I really haven't used my bike because city bike I don't have to worry about docking my bike. You use a city bike, you can pick it up anywhere, dock it
Yeah.
anywhere, and you don't have to worry about someone trying to steal your bike. Because remember
Yeah.
back in the day, the statistic was if you left your bike anywhere in New York City, even with a nice lock, it would be stolen in 5 minutes.
Please, people walk around with bolt cutters and
that freeze stuff. The ones that are hunting for bikes, they had to freeze the lock, chop it.
Listen to me. You know how many back tires we've seen just laying around at bike stands in New York City? It's ridiculous.
I'm looking at a bike right here in front of me.
With just a tire or a full bike?
No, it's a full bike. Someone's brave. Someone is brave. I wouldn't leave my bike. But this is
well, you know what though? I think there might be less bike thefts now, especially because a lot more motorized bikes are out there, and that's what they want. They want the motorized ones.
Well, Chris, I think Adrian has answered your question. Look, now my heart is like, oh
yeah.
He says,
and see, Lisa made the comment, reverse parenting. It's actually true. Listen to me. You want to hear something funny? So, I've given my parents iPhones, and I upgrade their phones every few years. And like 2 Christmases ago, this Christmas will be 2 years since they got new phones. And trust me, I turned those trackers on them bad boys because I know where they are at all times.
Oh yeah, well,
especially as your parents get older, you need to check up on them. Like sometimes I remember a couple of years ago when we had the earthquake here in the Northeast.
Yes.
I called, right after it happened, I was calling to see if they were okay. Nobody picked up the phone. So now I'm getting on the phone and I'm seeing where they are. I can see they're there. So now I'm starting to freak out because like I can see where they're at and no one's picking up the phone. So now I'm calling my brother, like, have you talked to your parents? Have you seen them? So, I get the reverse parenting, and yes, you're always going to worry about them.
Well, 3 people have my movements. I mean, here's another good thing about Apple, me transferring over to Apple, is that Adrian, my brother Neil, and Tim, they all have guidance on me. So wherever I am,
it's just good. God forbid something happens, at least they know where you were last. I think that's so important. I mean, Ronald has it, and I think 2 other friends have it just in case, say Ronald calls me, he can't get in touch with me. He can just look on the phone. Where was I last? And if I'm at home, then all right, well, now he's worried because maybe something happened to me while I'm in the house. He can come home. But I think it's so important. And it's not about, a nanny state or tracking someone. It's just, you need to know where people are because anything can happen. And if something does happen and, please contact you and ask you, well, when was the last time you heard from them or seen them? And you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, you're not helping anybody. But if you can say, all right, this is where they were last, they can have a point of reference and somewhere to start from.
It's very true. How many of you use in this community tracking devices for yourself so that your relatives know where you are, your loved ones know where you are? Like I said, it's new to me, but I'm very thankful for Apple to be able to do that with my phone and my computer and my watch. And it's so funny because my watch, I have it on my medic. What do you call it? It's monitoring my pulse. It's not monitoring my everything. So if my watch doesn't meet my pulse, it sends out a warning.
It
And
does.
it has a warning for Adrian.
Yep.
If I happen to
Yeah.
my heart decides to stop working, it
Listen.
will send a message to Adrian.
So necessary. I mean, Look, y'all know I'm a big Apple fan. I love some of the technology that are kind of built in, and it's kind of effortless and seamless. You know, if you get to a car accident, it'll automatically, and if you don't respond, it'll automatically send out a 911 saying that the car has been in a collision, because it knows through the accelerometer that's built into the watch and the phone. It can send an alert to someone that you've designated to be alerted. If you fall, like, that's the reason why I got my parents' Apple Watches. You know, if they fall, it'll notify me that they have fallen. The other thing too is, I remember once I was in a sauna, and you know, over all these years, 'cause I've had Apple Watch from the very beginning, it knows your heart rate and, you know, your resting heart rate and your workout heart rate, and what's the norm for you. I remember I was sitting in a sauna once, and I didn't realize I was overheating, and my heart started racing, and my watch just started going crazy, telling me that my heart rate is elevated, and I'm like sitting there freaking out, like, what is it? Then I realized I was sitting in the sauna too long. So, like, little things like that.
That happened to me yesterday. Well, was it yesterday? It was Monday. On Monday, my watch sent out a indicator. Like, it does a summary every week. So it realized that my heart rate was lower, average heart rate, during the month of November, and now that I'm in December, and my heart rate is elevated by 10 points because I'm active and I'm moving around and I'm not just sitting around. It sent me a warning and said, your heart rate has increased over the average of December so far for the month of December. I have to tell you, I love these little gadgets. These are the things I do love about Apple. Apple pisses me off sometimes, but I do love Apple for these tools that you can use and be able to warn your family, add your family to things, people that you care about, people that you love. And like one of my other buddies, he has where I am at all times. So I should say, I have 4 people that know where I am at all times. And I do love the way that Apple also configures my contacts. So, like, I'm in sleep mode. I have my contacts that can call me no matter what time it is, even when my phone is in sleep mode, or if I'm in work mode or focus mode. These are the things that Apple has. I have to tell you, I really appreciate. So thank you, thank you, Apple. I see here, Lisa says, I have it on my son too. I don't say anything to him, but sometimes if he is out past 3 a.m., I peek to see where he is. I hear that.
I mean, here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with that, because, like I said, God forbid something does happen and someone contacts you and is like, well, have you seen someone's the last time you spoke to him or whatever? Like, you can say, all right, well, look, this is where his last known location was. I think that's really important and vital information to have.
I do. And also, Hannah says she does. She says, I use it. She uses it. How many other people in the community use it? Like I said, I think it's a necessity, especially now that I'm with Adrian. But even before I lived with Adrian, I had him on that. As soon as I got the Apple Watch in February, and I start to figure it all out, and I say, he's on everything, so you might as well be on the watch also. Lisa says, I can't wait until the phone can do medical tests like blood pressure and blood sugar. I know it's coming in the future. If Steve Jobs was alive, we would already have it.
That's not all right. So I have to say something about that. That's not necessarily true. And Steve Jobs has been dead and gone for a while now. Every company has their roadmap set out. Here's the thing. Apple Watch wasn't even on the roadmap when Steve Jobs was alive. That was a Tim Cook thing. So, everyone's doing their own thing. Companies continue to evolve and to do what they do, and everyone has their way of doing things. I think we should be at a point now where we stop comparing Tim Cook and Steve Jobs. They're completely different people. And to be honest with you, Steve Jobs never brought Apple into the cash flow that they are currently in now and the level of success that they've attained now. That was all on Tim Cook's watch. And I'm not fanboying when I say that. Those are just actual facts. Apple is a $1 trillion company over and over.
And you truly are an Apple fan. You have been born with Apple.
Well, I mean, here's the thing.
Yeah,
I got introduced to Apple products when I was in college. Because of what I was doing in school, you had to be proficient on PC and Macs, and I did both. So I was able to see how both platforms work. And for the most part, for the first like 20, 25 years of my life, the first half of my career was primarily PC based because of the industry that I was in. And then as I started to do my own thing in photography and stuff like that, I switched over for my own personal use using Macs. And now that's all I use. I had not used a PC for work or just for my own pleasure in like my mid 30s. I've strictly been Mac. And then I think, of course, Apple creates its own walled garden, as they would say, but the interoperability of all of the devices just working together seamlessly is what I love. Like I can pick up any device and pick up where I left off on another device. I'll give you a quick story. So Rex was here, Rex and Brian, they had stayed with us over the weekend because we had a little Christmas party here. And they stayed in this room because this room can convert into like a bedroom. So he actually picked up my AirPods and took them back with him, not realizing that those were mine. And I realized, I was like, wait a minute, where are my headphones? I looked and I could track them. I could see that they were on I-95 going south to DC. I was like, yeah, you got my headphones in your backpack. So, and then he said he shipped it. And I could see where it was when it got shipped and where, throughout the whole process. So like little things like that are the things that will keep me in this ecosystem.
Yes. And I will be getting some AirTags for all my luggage. I haven't done it yet. So
I had those too.
Back to the Apple store. I'll be in the Apple store today. I realized I need some extra cables for travel. So that way I always have cables in my bags. So that way, if I grab my laptop and forget my cable, like I did yesterday, I will have it in my bag. So yes. So Dr. Tachi's in the building. She says, "Hey all," and Lisa says, "I want to bring this up. Apple is in trouble now. Actually, they are laying off." And like I said,
all companies are. Yeah.
My resource at the company or that works in the company let me know that they are slashing big. In Apple, and this is the first time in Apple history to ever lay off workers.
But here's something: Apple is not immune to what's going on in the world. This is happening in tech everywhere and in all industries, and this has simply to do with what's going on in this current administration and how they've treated tariffs and jobs. Like, here's the thing: businesses can't build for the future because one, they're not reporting the jobs report anymore. No one in industry can forecast the quarters to come because they don't know what the economy is doing. How can a business run if they don't have the data to support what they are trying to do? So in order to not overreach, a lot of these companies now are laying off. And here's the other thing too, is remember, these companies are in business to make money and to make money for their shareholders. And in order to maintain those shareholder prices that they are currently have, you need to have money, so what they do is they cut back on employees, less benefits, so that they can continue to have those higher prices and provide profits for their shareholders. That's what this is all about.
It is all about
is the company in trouble? No. They're doing what any other responsible company is going to do to try to maintain their bottom line.
Well, I mentioned it to Adrian, and I was like, well, you know, but we see it. And I mean, so many of my friends that are working are telling me that their companies are laying off. One of my good friends, he has an amazing job, and he says they're laying off at my job. And I said, "Are you okay?" He says, "Yes." And I was like, and I really believe in this economy that we're in because of tariffs, because also the information is not being released about the current economic situation, and you need numbers, like you said earlier, and yeah, so a lot of companies are saying, well, you know what, we are not hiring, we're laying off, and then they're also using AI to take the place on some of these jobs. I also saw here, Photo Kin Art says, and this was the reason why I moved from my HP to Apple Mac, to the Mac. And that is because as a photographer, I have to say, hands down, for photographers out there, your best tool will be a Apple Mac computer. Mac computer, what they call it, my laptop, the studio, the tablets, iPad, they are all made for better editing. And so if you're a photographer,
and longevity, because that's the one thing. Like, you can buy a PC like every 2-3 years. You can have a Mac for 8-10 years, and it still runs like new.
I had my PC. I had to update my PC every 3 to 4 years because it could not keep up with Lightroom. It could not keep up with the Adobe apps. And since I have a family member that works in Apple and works in design, they literally build Adobe around Apple. So they are hand in hand. This is why you're able to edit in such a way on your Apple computer with no. I mean, my workflow time has been cut in half compared to what it was when I had my HP. So again, we're on the Apple conversation today. So that's what's trending in this community today. The Apple.
I might be a little biased and pushed it a little bit, but there is stuff. There is stuff in the news if you want to talk about a topic. We can definitely spend some time on this one.
What news? What's in the news that we can talk about?
So
before you go there, I see that Lisa says, "Ron, I have one that like a credit card that you can put in your wallet." What is that? What are we talking about?
I think she's talking about the trackers. Like, they come in different form factors.
Yes. Okay, gotcha. The trackers. And she says also to Elise, saying, "I do have the Apple Watch for that reason. It's too invasive." And also in the building is the Blessed MBA. Greetings. That is our Mimi. Greetings, Ron, Chris, and Touch Base Daily, RLP crew. And she says, "Facts, Chris. Facts." And Jazzy says, "Layoff and slashing budgets like crazy." And think about it. The year has not ended. There's still several weeks left. And more than 1.1 million people have lost their job in 2025. And that is only going to snowball. And so you can look probably for that 1 million to double in 2026. And we have not seen anything yet when it comes to this economy, because most people are flying blind because the numbers are not out there. Like, I talked to Adrian about it, and I talked to my other friends that follow the Wall Street. These numbers are not real. The numbers are not real. And so the stock market is hitting record highs. I think it hit 48,000 yesterday or 2 days ago. And this is not good. This is not good. This is not a representation of the economy. Most people in the economy are starving, hurting, poor, and just not making it. And so that's something to keep. And again, when your neighbor loses his job, it's a recession. When you lose your job, It's a depression.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. Tashi's thing,
Oh,
yes.
sorry. Yes, you said here.
No. Apple is definitely made for doing heavy lifting when it comes to editing via photography or video. Because let me tell you something, the stuff that I'm cranking out on this machine on a weekly basis, I cannot do on a PC. I mean, you could probably do it on a PC now, and I'm so far removed from the PC, so I don't want to speak bad about it. But I'm crunching out like 8 gig videos, like large files, and it's just it's plowing through these things. And I don't even have the most expensive machine because I don't need it. You have to really, they have so many different options from entry level all the way to high end movie production. Because a lot of movies are actually edited on Macs. The majority of them are edited on Macs.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I mean, since we're talking about the economy and the numbers, again, 1.1 as of last month have lost their jobs. And how many of you in this community know someone that's been laid off?
I do. And here's the thing. That 1.1 might not even be correct because we don't actually, these are numbers that are aggregated from other sources. They're not the official numbers. So it can actually be a lot worse. And the fact that we do not have this information, as he would like to say, that's treasonous.
Yeah. Well, again,
it's crazy.
The numbers, what was it, yesterday's job numbers and inflationary numbers, I do believe it was yesterday, was suspended for the first time by any president in American history.
This is we're taking our lead from a man that has unofficially diagnosed dementia. I mean, we all see the signs.
Cankles must go. Cankles, taco tits must go. I'm just saying. Lisa said, I have a few AirTags on my Amazon store for the information. Shameless plug. Oh, okay. So make sure you go to Lisa's on her page. Yeah, she has those. The blessed MBA, Mimi says that she also knows someone or some folks that have been laid off in her circle as well. And let's see here. Right, how can he just keep everything a secret? It's insane. But yet they keep saying that they're the most transparent administration. HBO Max got everything on there. Oh, did we forget Bryson earlier today? Oh, we didn't say hello to Bryson. We didn't place Bryson on board. Bryson's in the building. Here we go. Let me go back to Bryson. Bryson says, "What's up, Ron? What's up, Chris? What's up, everybody? Happy pre-Friday Eve." Thank you, Bryson. I'm sorry I missed you. I missed you, buddy. I'm sorry about that. And I see here, and Elise says he did that because the numbers are so bad. The numbers are horrific. And this is, and you know it has to be, because why would a company like Apple be laying off for the first time in its history?
Yeah, think about it.
And not just a light layoff. They got a major slash going on in their company.
And it's not like they're doing anything different than they've done every year, season after season. They do the same rollout every year, season after season. They're not doing anything different. And this is the first time this has happened. So that tells you there's something going on in the economy and the industry.
Oh, it will be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
all right.
AJ says, what is better, to have a happy Christmas season and get laid off in January, or find out before Christmas and spend a little less and be worried all season?
I don't know. I mean, both are bad. But I mean, think about it. These companies know, and they're going to lay you off in the new year and allow you to go. I mean, they don't allow you, but they let you go and do all the things you're going to do. And then you have to stress afterwards. But then also, I've always found that most companies will lay you off late November, early December to kind of get ahead of that holiday layoff so that you know. I think it's probably more respectable in a way, I guess, for lack of a better word, to do it before the Christmas season starts versus doing it after.
Wow. Yes. Look, I want to know before.
Yeah.
I want to know how to to step into the new
Because
year.
I don't want to spend that money if I know that I need to hold on to it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially in this day and age. I mean, and everything being so freaking expensive, right?
Yeah.
So everything's expensive. So it's definitely important that
Overpriced.
Yeah. Hold on a second. My bag fell.
Uh-oh. Well, while Ron gets his bag off the floor, there was one news article that I wanted to touch base on. And this is the U.S. seizes oil tanker off Venezuela.
Oh yes.
And this is crazy because it's a regular oil tanker, and you had armed forces from America go on board and seize this vessel. Ron had to jump off. So, let's see. I'm reading from the BBC, and they were talking about how U.S. forces had seized an oil tanker off the coast of Venezuela, marking a sharp escalation in Washington's pressure campaign against Nicolas Maduro's government. I mean, as we talked about, this is definitely a power grab. They want the Venezuelan government to switch over, and in order to do that, they need to build a story of why there needs to be a regime change. And they're using drug smuggling and drugs coming into the country and the quote unquote declaring war, which the president does not have the right to declare war. That is something that Congress does. All right. So let's see what people are saying in the room. Let's see. So Anthony says he's a Dell guy and his XPS 15 is better than the MacBook Pro for less money. The new laptops are even better than the MacBooks with M chips for editing photos and videos. Okay, Oh, and he's back. Ron's back. Can't hear you, Ron. Can't hear you. You're muted.
Yes, I'm back.
There we go.
I'm back. So my one of the cashiers, she was helping me out with an order. Sorry about that.
Lisa says, how can we even do that? It's not our waters. Absolutely. It's like, how do we seize a vessel? One, we're not at war with anyone. We're not officially at war with anyone. This administration has not gone to Congress and asked for a declaration of war. There's no evidence. There's no proof of anything. They have blown up little boats in the Caribbean Sea. There's no proof of what was on these ships. There's no background on any intel or information as why they are having perpetrating these attacks out in the Caribbean Sea. So it's just like, Congress, wake up, do your job. Where is the oversight?
She helped me out. Sorry about that.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah, but yeah, that is. I mean, the whole thing is we have no rights to international waters, and for us to be moving around like we own the seas, that's a problem. That's a big problem.
Well, I mean, we all know where this is heading. We've talked about this on many occasions. He's doing all this.
But then we talked about this last week. It's not about the drugs. It's about the oil.
It's not. It's about the oil, but then it's also about creating this sense of, we are in war, so that when next year comes around, you can cancel elections because we're at war.
That's it. He's killing two birds with one stone.
Yep.
So
that's what's in the news.
That's what's in the news. I think. Did you guys address Anthony's comment?
Which one?
Anthony says,
yes, I did. I'm not good. Listen, I'm not about getting into PC Mac wars. Those days are over. I always say, use what's most comfortable to you and works for you.
Yes. But I know one thing: Apple has improved my life when it comes to me being a photographer, and I love it. I have to tell you, I love it. Like I said, there's some things about Apple that drive me crazy, but I do love that it has cut my editing time in half. And when you cut your editing time in half, more money, more time. And who else is in here? Lisa says also. Um, oh, here we go. Lisa says he is invading our whole way of being. No more executive branches. Yeah, this is where we are, y'all. This is it's and what it does, it makes us a less safe country. And again,
Yep.
how we treat others is how other countries will treat us,
Well,
especially during wartime.
you remember, I think we talked about this, where there's a gang of like 9 other countries. They call them it starts with the I forget what it was. That in the like Caribbean southern area where they all share intelligence and information. They've all
Mm.
pulled away and pulled back from that because they see what America's doing and they don't want to be blamed or associated with what's going on. So, other countries are aware of what we're doing is wrong. And let me tell you something. When he either passes away or is out of office, and if he's still alive, this man will be tried for war crimes. This administration will be tried for war crimes. And have there ever been a time where an American presidency has ever been on trial for war crimes before? I know other countries have, but I don't think America has. You've had individuals, maybe.
Well, they were supposed to bring charges against Bush during the Iraqi war, and the Hague in Europe had charges brought up against, I do believe, the Bush administration. But because of America's status and being a part of a part of NATO, it was kind of like America's not going to hand over their president to NATO. So that didn't stand too long. I see here. Elise says the Republicans in Congress have stopped doing their job.
Absolutely.
And this is the fact. This is a major fact. And also, Lisa says, since we obviously know now they can seize a boat, why the hell did they blow up the boats and not seize them?
That part. You said, but here's the thing: you seized a huge oil tanker. That it takes more work to do that than to simply seize those smaller vessels. They're like little fish boats. Why are you using bombs and missiles to blow these things up with like 11 people on them, where you have this whole oil tanker? But they're telling on themselves. They took it because they want the oil.
Also, I don't know if you guys heard did we mention this yesterday? I would say the KKK-ish like rally that happened 2 days ago. Where Trump was in front of his people and insulting the Somalian people and insulting people of color and all of that. But you know what? Like someone said, I don't know if you haven't looked at Don Lemon from yesterday. I forgot her name. The young lady from Ohio, I believe. She was a representative from Ohio. She was on his show yesterday, and she brought up a good point. It's not so much what happens when Trump is gone, is that these people that are left behind who are his cheerleaders, the ones that were in the background as he was saying these racist and bigoted things, and they were cheering him on, even though he was lying about their financial situation. So Trump is open. It's going to take a long time to put these people back in their box, and you might not be able to put them back in their box.
But why would you want to? No, let them stay out their box. Let them be on full display so that we can know who to stay the hell away from and who's the crazy people. Like, I will say this. The one thing I've appreciated about this whole MAGA movement is that now we can actually see who we need to stay far away from and who these people really are. Before, they were living in the shadows and they'd be around you and you wouldn't know. Now I can see them clearly beside me and who I need to stay the fuck away from. Excuse me, but it is what it is.
Elise says
that was for you, Gwendolyn.
That the international court gives him immunity because he knows it's all criminal. And Elise says, listen, when I go away next week on my vacation, I am not saying I'm American. I'm from the DR.
Listen, you're not the first. A lot of people are doing that now. When they go overseas, they're not saying they come from America because, one, you now become a target. Especially when you go to certain countries, especially certain countries where he's called them shithole countries or deplorables. Like, you become a target, so you have to be careful.
Yes. And also, I love this one. This one I love is trending. Bryson says, so Joy Ann Reid checks Stephen A. Smith with a lesson. Man, I don't know if you've seen the footage. And maybe
I didn't see that clip.
I mean,
let me look for it.
So good.
Is it on YouTube or Instagram?
YouTube and Instagram.
All right. Well, let me look for it on.
You can go to YouTube. You can even go to Google and say Joy Ann Reid checks Stephen A. Smith. Just put it in Google and it'll pop up. It is so relevant for today. And first of all, I cannot stand Stephen.
All right, so here it is.
Smith.
He's a joke.
Oh, you can only. Are you sending me the link, sir?
Yeah, I'm gonna put. Well, I'll just put it. I'm gonna pull it up.
Okay, you can pull it up. That's right. You can pull it up. You don't need me. You got.
Give me 1 second.
Man, she laid it down so nicely, and I was like, "Girl, you speak for me. You speak for me."
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Tell me if you can hear this.
With Carrie Champion,
can you hear it?
Joy and Reid would rip Stephen A. Smith a new. Here it is.
He was talking about your show. What did he say about your show? And then you had to respond.
He said I got fired for ratings. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. You got $100 million for a show with half my ratings at my worst. I had to literally Google his numbers. I'm like, how many people listen to the show? Is it like 4 million people? Oh, wait, it's like, what, 500,000 people? Dude, that's like average CNN. That's not that high. They're paying you not for your numbers, my friend. They're paying you because you are willing to say the nasty things about Black people that they want to say. You're willing to take their denigration of Black women and put it in the mouth of a Negro. And because you're willing to put the denigration of Black women in particular into a Negro's mouth, you now think that, oh, I must be a freaking political genius. But just be clear, you're not being paid for your numbers. You're being paid for what you're willing to do to us for white people's entertainment.
Man. Yo.
Truth.
That was priceless. And I couldn't agree with her more. I can't stand, and I don't, there's very few people in the world I do not like. I pretty much get along with anyone. I do not like Stephen A. Smith.
He's loud and wrong.
He's loud and
you
wrong.
Know,
he's disgusting.
You know who read him?
Angry.
Sonny Hostin read him last week when he was on the show, on The View. Yeah. And she was just like, you know, we were friends, but you intend on being loud and wrong? He said, yeah, I'm going to be loud and wrong. I'm like, okay, well, then fine. And then she read him, you know, all the different things that he was wrong on. This man is disgusting. He does not need a platform. As a matter of fact, he got, I don't want to say let go, but the ESPN show that he was on, he's no longer on it. So take your cues.
Oh, he is the worst. I mean, I really dislike it. And like I said, there's not too many people in the world that I do not like. I mean, Trump is one of them. He is on the same page and level as a Trump in my book of Disgust. And Joy Reid lays it down perfect. She says he's getting paid to say what white people want to say and can't say, but they get the Negro to say it.
To say it, yeah.
Joy
That's
Reid.
what you call it. That's what you call it, Uncle Tom.
I love Joy Reid. Joy Reid is the best. Lisa says, and who the hell started that he should run for president? Like,
what? Whatever.
No one's voting for that freak.
Somebody just wants something to say.
I see here, Mimi says, check, check, check. And Lisa says, I was shocked to hear he got $100 million. Who the F paid him that? He's a blowhole. Oh my God. And
don't worry, one scandal will take all that away.
And you know what? I guarantee you someone's gonna find a scandal.
It already happened to what was his name? Okay, starts with the S.
Shy.
The dude that,
what was his name? Shy, Mr. Shy.
I forget, but we all know who we're talking about.
Yeah. But Shay. It was Shay, not Shy.
Yes.
Shay. And but I like Shay. I mean, obviously, I didn't like what he did, but I like his interviews.
He's still doing them though.
But I have to tell you, Joy, don't come for Joy.
No.
Don't come for Joy Reid. Joy Reid she's a true Black woman.
Don't come for Black women, period, because they will read you.
Don't come for Black women because they know how to take out your card and swipe it twice.
Shannon Shepherd, yes, thank you. Who was that said that?
That was Christina.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. I like Shannon though. I like Shannon's show. Where is he these days? Is he still doing his show?
He's still doing his show.
Channel?
Yeah. Because I think he just posted something not too recently ago.
Yeah, I like his show. I think his show is quite interesting to me.
Someone said, you know a scandal is loading. Yeah, that part.
Somebody's going to go for him. Because you know why? Because now that people are on alert about Stephen A. Smith, because a lot of people don't like him.
They're digging. They're digging.
There's some journalist somewhere.
See, you have to be...
for his dirt.
You have to be careful when you try to comfort people. Remember, there's someone else out there bigger than you that is willing to take you down. So sometimes it behooves you just to be humble and be quiet. You don't have to be the loudest person in the room to be heard.
Oh, this is Chris R. Hey, I don't know why they have the Addies and not the names any longer. But this is Chris R. Tristan, thank you, Chris R. Now I know who you are also. That part, Chris. Don't come for us.
Yeah, listen. Never come for a Black woman.
Never.
They will read you up and down. That or
with a caution. Be abusive at your own risk.
There you go.
If you're gonna go after a Black woman, I'm telling you, let me tell you, the kindest of the kindest will still read you. We just have it. We just have it in our community that remember when we were kids, and let me look at the time. When we were kids,
we're good.
And we used to have what's called ranking. We used to rank on each other. Do you guys remember that phrase? People my age would know that. We used to rank on each other. And so you in certain communities, the verbal, you had to stand up verbally against your peers because they would come out with everything. And it made us sharper. It made us smarter.
Yeah.
We knew exactly how to snap back, come back. Yeah. Today they call it the reading or whatever, but back in the day,
they read you now.
Yeah. So I don't know.
As RuPaul's Drag Race says, the library is now open. You about to get read.
You're about to get read. Lisa says, but the entire press corps should back up the women when Dump is sundowning. A white man should ask the same question right away.
It's true. This is the problem that I have with the press now. Like, when you have someone coming for one of yours, especially a woman, you should be united and stand up and hit back at him. Your whole role in being the press is to be that fourth part of government where you do oversight and you check these people. That's what the press was supposed to be for. They've checked every other president. Every other president except for this fool.
For less. Remember,
listen,
they would have to Obama for a tan suit.
I was about to say that. Like, I mean, like the simplest idiotic thing. You guys came for this man. This man wore a tan suit, which was appropriate for the season that we were in. A tan suit saying how it was unpresidential. You've got this man cussing up a storm in the White House, saying all types of F words on TV, not being censored. I mean, that's another thing. Like, if you say curse words on nationwide TV, the FCC will charge the station money for obscene language. Yes. But yet still, this man gets away with it all the time because he's quote unquote the president. Our children are seeing this.
Yes. Well,
this is crazy.
This was a good conversation. This is what we got some trends out. We got some trend conversations. Okay, let me go to someone. Let me go to guys. If you are in this community, make sure you stop by to our YouTube community attached to this page, and you can put your photography there, text postings, conversation, engage with one another. This is what you can do in the community. So be a part of the Touch Base Daily community, the Round Photos Touch Base Daily community. Make sure you interact with each other. Post stuff about your business, what you're selling, what you're doing. You can do it on this platform. I don't have a restriction saying, oh, don't post your business. No, this is a community. Post your business, share what you're doing so we can support you. So make sure you do that on YouTube community. Also, and join our email listing. The email listing will keep you in the loop. I don't do a lot of emails. I should say I don't do a lot of newsletters. Probably twice a year, which I'll be doing one more. I did one at the beginning of the year. I'll do one at the end of the year, which is this month. So put your name on the list. And also, if we happen to not be able to get on these platforms, I can still reach out to you with emails and newsletters. Also, make sure if you're looking for a photographer, I do event photography. Reach out to me. You just slide into my DMs and reach out, and I can help you wherever you need to be. And if you say, Ron, I am in Florida, I need a photographer, I would love you to photograph my event. Look, I can coordinate, get to Florida, you can, yes, and anywhere I go, you pay for it, but I will be there to photograph your event. And last, we have thank you to our Patreon members. You see in the top corner a QR code. If you scan the QR code, you will be connected with our Patreon community. And yesterday we gained another Patreon member. Thank you, Mr. Reed, for supporting us here at the Touch Base Daily. And so we got a new member, a paying member on the Patreon supporting us as we do. And last but not least, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes, hit the subscribe, and that way you can be a part of what we do here. Okay, any questions? Any questions out there? Any last minute?
I just got two small announcements. Please go over to either IndieSoup network or Constantly Changing for me, my YouTube page, and watch the first two episodes of Safe Space. I've last week Friday we had on Wilbur Pack Jr. We had a great lively conversation, and the next episode drops tomorrow at 9 p.m. And I've got TJ Bolton, who has a podcast called Tea with TJ. We had a very insightful and just a fun conversation, and I hope that people are enjoying these episodes, but definitely check out tomorrow's episode at 9 p.m. live on IndieSoup Network and Constantly Changing for me.
I love it. Guys, Chris does an amazing job in Safe Space. I mean, you learn so much, one, about Chris, but most of all, the interviewees the interviews he's having with folks is just incredible, and it truly is remarkable. And you learn so much about their history, their background, and their challenges and how they've overcome.
Yeah.
Such an encouraging platform. So yes, and make sure you tune into NBC Media, which is sponsored by our wonderful Dr. Tachi, our brainchild of
Yes.
NBC Media, and there's a bunch of great programming on NBC Media. So check that out.
Yeah.
And I think we got it all in today, Chris.
Yep. I think we're good.
So, guys, have a wonderful Thursday, TrendWatch Thursday. Get out there, do something special. Again, if you're in the building, make sure you hit the likes, make sure you hit the subscribe, and share and save this platform with your friends. Okay, talk to you guys later, and thank you for joining. Later.
Hello, and thank you for joining us today. Make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and leave a comment on this video. I would love to hear from you. Thank you again. Until I see you next time.